15, Paul calls Hymenaeus, Alexander, Phygellus, Hermogenes. He calls them false teachers. Why? Because they were blaspheming the Spirit. They were teaching against the true doctrine of the Holy Spirit. Because they were teaching against the resurrection. So let me ask you, do you think this is just a first century thing? You think it just only happened when the church was beginning? I don't think so. Are these warnings still relevant to us today? Are there movements, Christian missionary movements here in Bondo who are targeting your members in your churches, in your schools, in your universities, in your college campuses? Are you beginning to see some of them in your head right now? Sure. Do they intentionally use deception? Do they distort and deny the essential historic Christian faith?
Yes.
I agree with you. I think the answer is yes. And we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. The first thing we're going to do is to just educate ourselves on how our church members can be lured into cultic groups. How do they get there? How do they get there? Don't worry, we will define that term, cult, but before that, let's talk about the luring. How do they get there? Many Christians first encounter cults and false teachings through trusted friends. Just someone you know. Anatoka sokoni anasema, nimemwona mtumishi. Huyu lazima huyu lazima pia wewe muone. Na kesho ako na mkutano pia. Twende pamoja. So they come from trusted friends. Cultic missionaries and recruiters. People from Kisumu, Nairobi, they come, some of them from America. They come and they build you a house, and they build you a church. You know, they come and they take you to Korea so that you can go and be trained in the Bible. Kumbe umeenda kufunzwa mambo, doctrines of demons. Then you come back and they buy you land and they build you a church and they make you a pastor. And they continue like that. But also fellowships outside the church during the week. Maybe over lunch if you work. Family members. Radio and television. Nowadays we have TikTok, social media, the internet. A lot of people got to know about Mackenzie because of the television. Really wrong. Because of radio. Because of YouTube and TikTok. So what is a cult? What is a cult? When we talk about a cult, there are two ways of defining it. Kuna ile what we call behavior, behavioral, and there is the belief. Now when we are talking about behavior, we are defining a cult based on how the system behaves itself. Are you together? That's why we are saying it is an ideological organization, meaning it is formed around an idea. An idea. This idea can be strange, new, something you've not heard before, and something that is not normal. Are you together? And the people who hold this idea are very strong. They are charismatic. They love it. They even are willing to give their lives for it. They are passionate about it. But then when you join it, they demand that you be totally committed to it. They demand that you separate yourself from your family. They demand that you leave the church you go to. They demand your time. That's why Benjamin Zablocki, this brother, he says a cult is an ideological organization held together by charismatic relationships and demanding total commitment. Are you together? So those three key words: ideological, meaning ideas; charismatic, meaning strong relationships or rather strong leadership, and then total commitment. And this is important because some people think cults are only religious. Sometimes cults are just not religious. Kuna zile ambazo ziko political, like Mungiki. Do you remember Mungiki? That was a cult, a political cult. Kuna zile ambazo ni commercial. Let me use an example that maybe you guys might understand. Hapa Bondo, or even in Kisumu, have you come across people who sell, toothbrushes and toothpaste, ama sabuni, then they tell you, if you buy this one, you can't find it on the market, or I give you 5. If you sell them, if you bring more 5 people, and then, I'll take you to a meeting, and then that meeting you will pay some money, and then, one day you'll become rich. Maiskia, yeah, GLD, yeah? GND, yes, Tianchi. So those kind of companies, they're called the multi-level marketing companies. Those are commercial cults. Why? Because the only people who really benefit are the people at the top. Yeah, you keep bringing people to the meetings. They don't pay you a salary. You can only earn from, selling those products and things like that. But they keep you interested because they are selling you a vision that if you do this for long enough, you will become like me who flies aeroplanes everywhere. But there are also those therapy-based cults, zile ambazo, especially most of our daughters and young people are going to in the name of mental health. I'm going for this meeting retreat where they're going to teach us how to become ourselves, or to reach into the inside of us and unlock our potential. Yeah, it's therapy-based cults. So that is about behavior. But what about belief? What about belief? Now, Robert Bowman, another